Okay, so if anyone's been following Putin for the last, I don't know, years, how do you do that if you're in the West and you're not allowed to see what he says? But what he's doing is he's using the alt-right language from 10 years ago, which you can see in some of my documentaries where they promoted Putin and that. And what the alt-right was doing was they were turning the language around because it was accurate to turn it around, but they had created the language as an illusion. So whenever they say words like Nazi, you thought a certain way, and you didn't think about the actual Nazis. You thought about a group the Nazis were trying to destroy and stuff. And so I think Putin's doing that exact same thing right now with Zelensky because he's calling Zelensky a Nazi, but Zelensky is an Israeli dual citizen. And this is like the playbook from like 10 years ago. Like I accidentally I used to document this stuff for different reasons. So I caught all this stuff on accident. So I have it, not only do I know it happened, but I have it, it's in my videos and it's in my saved files. You know, I have different saved files and thousands of miles apart from each other and stuff like that. So in all those files, you can see there's certain things where they were like praising Putin as well as talking about you simply turn the rhetoric around because not you were turning the rhetoric around to deceive people, but you were turning it around to point out the truth of what was going on as opposed to deceive people. And then they came after those people and they erased that stuff from the internet so that those videos and all that information I have saved of myself, on my own, that is like I think to me that's a telling thing what's really going on right there with Putin and like everyone else is so worried because they understand that like if they don't do anything about Putin attacking their extended nation, then they're not going to do anything about Putin attacking their nations, and they can't really. Like at this point, they can't. I mean, they had their money siphoned from them in 2020, so they're like, what are they going to do? Send all their arms? Like that's a death trap. Sending all your arms to Ukraine that way you can leave your nation defenseless, and they've kind of done that as well too. So it's like, yeah, they've already sent like those arms there. What are they going to do? Start enslaving the people in the nation and forcing them to go build nukes and missiles, and like they did in WW2. But how's that going to play out? Because you're going to like take people who are running around screaming about needing their math and needing their their heroin and needing their TV and their cheeseburgers, and they don't know nothing about building munitions and nuclear warheads and stuff like that. Like that's not going to turn out well either, is it? It's like a dead end here for these people. But I think like the only light we can really see here at the end of the tunnel is that is Putin is using that language just as like it was created to be used to just like totally flip the script back on the people who had created to deceive in the first place. And they're like, oh no, wait a minute, like they point the fingers first. They rape children, and they say, oh no, someone else is raping children, and before you can even point the finger at them and be like, oh no, you've been doing this for thousands of years. You literally wrote about it in your religious books and all this stuff. How you love doing it, and now everyone in the world does it because of your religious cult. And stuff like that, and then they'll point the finger back like, oh, it's someone else. Like the Jeffrey Epstein thing, they had to cover it up with the COVID stuff, and because they were being exposed as who they are. And that was like one step away from Christmas never happening again, because it was just so close to understanding the links between Christmas and pedophilia and the cults who run both of them. as the same people. It's so close. But that got shut down. I mean, the cults running the COVID thing are the same people too. So I mean, that's all the same. But I genuinely believe that Putin, like, he assassinated Mikhail Lesin. I made documentaries on him, documentaries including him as well. And I was wondering what was going on there. But I think he just assassinated him on American soil to show them that, like, he's gonna get rid of them and stuff, and it doesn't matter where they're at. He's gonna get rid of them. I'm assuming at this point that's what that was, because right now, like, I mean, he's attacking these people and stuff, and they're all scared to tell you the true narrative of what's going on as well, and in any lengths, like they could call it a Holocaust if they want. They could say Putin attacking Ukraine is a Holocaust, but the problem is that's so played out, and like, he's like the leader of the Nazis, so they can't play that. They can't say anything about that because it's just Putin has played the card so freaking well, just like they were supposed to be played. This is the line. This is exactly the playbook that was written out a long time ago, how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be like me running around, running your mouth and telling everyone everything. You're supposed to act like them. You're supposed to be all deceptive and change your words around and all this stuff. And Putin has done this excellent. If that's really what's happening, like, and I mean, those people were praising Putin for a long time. If that's really what's happening, then wow, like, he's like, just, I mean, Trump card. I mean, the real Trump, not the Donald Trump whose family runs, Jared Kushner and looks like Ivanka and has to get a nose job and stuff like that. Like I really think, like, that's what's happening. Like, is it not? Because if not, like, there's no hope for this world. Like, if you can't fight what's going on in this world, then there's no hope. Like, I mean, everyone loves their cheeseburgers and their TV. Like, no one even cares, and they love stomping on everyone else. They love stomping on their children's teeth. They love kicking them around and telling them it's time to watch TV and eat cheeseburgers and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, bro, like, those aren't like people who should even exist. Like, who the hell gave these people the right to exist? Like, obviously there's no God on this planet. There's no God watching over her. Or like, most of these people, like, wouldn't be allowed to exist how they're doing, like torturing and raping children and stuff and all this stuff. Like, no way in fucking hell, like, has this person been anywhere near this planet, and this stuff has been going on. Like, I mean, come on, like, every God is one of them. The Christianity, the Satanism, the atheism, the scientism, Einstein, Carl Sagan, Bill Nye, Jesus, the writer of the Satanic Bible. I mean, they're all the same people. They're all the same pedophiles. I mean, he's the king of pedophiles. That's what he's known as. It's in the Bible. He's the king of pedophiles. He's their savior, the savior of pedophiles. Jesus. And you see, like, I suppose I've been raised by one of these people, one of these demons, because the way they turn on me and stuff. And I guess just being a half-breed allowed. The storyline is probably me being I mean, the storyline is really like the reality is I've been injected into this world, and I have no parents on this earth. But the other storyline is I've been injected in through a half-breed here thing, and they're turning against me because that's what they did. So how else am I supposed to see it? Like, but they were just magically paid off, and they're some money-hungry human that they bought themselves. They sold their child out and stuff for a few bucks and a nice purse, and that they could have got for $5 at the store or something. And yeah, I do believe, like, generally most beings are that stupid that they sell someone out for $5. And But then again, I'm like summoning beings at the same time, so we can't blame any being in particular, but we got to blame the system and the structure that's going on and all that stuff. And we got to get rid of it. That's it. Get rid of it, or get rid of me and allow you, and like everyone will kill themselves off and destroy their societies. They've already created fourth world without me. There was no heroin needles laying around in caves in the non-existent caveman days. In Africa, 300 years ago when the world didn't exist, there was no heroin needles laying around. There's no trash laying around in Africa or in caves and stuff. There's no trash. There's no mask laying every 5 feet in caves. This is a new fourth world trash. It's a new level of unseen trash in the world before that's going on and stuff. And I mean, you're either with it or you're against it. And like, I don't know, maybe the media is covering up everyone against it. But if you're with it, like, death, I wish you the worst. I hope you get to see your family die, fucking, and you get to live through it all.